Open with me to the book of Proverbs, chapter 23, and verse 7. The Bible says that, for as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Eat and drink, said he to thee, but his heart is not with you. As a man thinks in his heart, so now we want to talk briefly about the secret behind success or failure. Amen. There are two things in this world. We have success and we have failure. Amen. In every aspect of your life that you will attempt, you will come up with two results. One, you will succeed. Two, you will fail. Amen. But in all these results, there is a secret behind it. And the secret is what we want to dig in and find out. Now, the last 2 Sundays, we've been talking about temptation. Say your name about temptation. How many have gotten the 2 teachings? You are the other Sunday and last Sunday. You go. We spoke about understanding temptations, the stages of temptations. So I want to give you one secret. The reason why I have asked my people always be taking notes is because you can help your neighbor. Amen. When your neighbor comes in and they were not there, they can ask you, please assist me with your notes. Let me go through them. Let them copy. Amen. Hello. You know, there's only one place that you do not believe you can copy notes in church. You don't believe you can copy notes in church. So get the notes for the pretty, very assistive and very enlightening and eye-opening to know how to deal with temptation. So you can get them from a neighbor. Now, back to our teaching today, the secret of success or failure, the secret behind success or failure. The Bible has put a very simple manner, but I want us to break it down and understand exactly what is this secret. How do I go about, if I want to succeed in this particular area, how do I go about it? If I want to fail, how many want to fail? How many want to fail? Or no one? Or how many want to succeed? You want to succeed? Nobody wants to fail. We all want to succeed. The Bible puts the secrets. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. It's just one statement like this, but it is loaded. They are never loaded. We want to break it down so that we can understand. How do I fail or how do I succeed? If I want to succeed, you know you can succeed intentionally. Hello? It is in the minds of people that success just comes by accident. I tried, and by good luck, there is nothing like good luck in the philosophy of God. There is nothing like good luck. When you want to succeed, you intentionally succeed. When you want to fail, you intentionally fail. There's nothing like I accidentally failed, I accidentally succeeded. There's nothing like bad luck was following me. No. When you want it, you achieve it. Amen? As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. The Bible speaks of that. But let's break down and see, how does a man think in his heart? There are 3 stages and 3 processes that must take place. And when the first process takes place wrongly, then the rest of the processes will come out wrong. But when the first process takes place correctly, you will always find a suite of correct processes until the end result. Amen? Now, we have 3 things. Number 1, perception. Number 2, attitude. Number 3, is behavior. Amen. And these processes follow each other in that very way. Now I am doing operation of your mind. Okay? So follow me to the end. When I finish doing this surgery of your mind, you'll be able to understand how you think. Praise the Lord. Now, before anything gets to your heart, you must first of all begin by perceiving. Amen? You perceive it. After you perceive it, then you will have an opinion, a feeling of either approval or disapproval of the same. Then you will hold on to that. And once that opinion is settled, then you will act in relation to that opinion. So what is perception? Perception is the recognition and interpretation of sensory information. Why do I say sensory information? It's because this comes from externals. It is the recognition and interpretation of sensory information from objects, from people, from your environment. Amen? For example, if right now as we are seated, all of a sudden a chopper comes, there's an open air around here. If a chopper comes here and it goes, it comes low, and all of a sudden the director squad are alighting here, what do you think about that? What do you think about it? Chopper inakuja imesimama hapa, director squad wameanza kushuka. Sasa unaona tu wanashuka na makama. Wengine unaona wanashukia hapa kwa corridors. Na mtu anashuka kama ametoka bunduki. How will you perceive that? Or how will you interpret that? Umeharibika, sio? That is when you will start now calculating. Kama hii tunafasi na kwa tofauti kuchuma, tunapitikanga mtu. Amen? That is called perception. You recognize the sensory information. Your senses will tell you, there is a problem here. Amen? When you recognize, you interpret. That's what we call perception. If someone walks to you and they are frowning like this, how do you interpret that? So this guy is grumpy. or this person, if I do not stay out of their way, they are going to really knock me down. So when you recognize and interpret sensory information that is coming from objects, coming from people, coming from your environment, it could just be a challenge that has been posed to you. How do you interpret that? How do you recognize and interpret that challenge? That is what we call perception. That is the very first process that begins the whole trail of whether you are going to succeed or whether you are going to fail. You perceive right, that means you perceive positive of whatever circumstance or whatever object or people or environment. When you perceive positively and correctly, trust me, the rest of it, the rest of the process will be correct and positive. Failure and success begin at the point of perception. Amen? That is the reason why, if you read in Exodus 7 verse 1, when God already had known, because before the foundations of the earth, God had predestined to create man. And when He created man to be God on earth. Psalm 82 verse 6 will tell you that. But in order for Moses to carry out his duty and his calling without fear before Pharaoh and before the children of Israel, who had a very negative mind with them, God had to tell Moses to perceive correctly. Perceiving correctly means He told Moses, see, I have already made you God over Pharaoh. In Joshua 6 verse 1 to 2, when God brought Joshua and the children of Israel before Jericho, the men in Jericho closed their gates. In fact, the Bible says that Jericho was straightly closed, and no one was going in and no one was coming out. Amen? Can someone read that place?
Now the gates of Jericho were tightly shut,
Mm-hmm.
because the people were afraid of the Israelites.
Mm-hmm.
No one was allowed to go out or in.
Mm-hmm.
But the Lord said to Joshua,
Mm-hmm.
I have given you Jericho, its king and all its strong warriors.
Mm-hmm.
You and your fighting men should march around the town.
Look at that. It said, verse 2 says, and the Lord said unto Joshua, see, I have given unto thine hand Jericho, the king, the people, and the warriors. When Lord is telling Joshua that I have given you Jericho, you need to understand the previous verse has said Jericho was tightly closed. There was no reason for Joshua entering Jericho because Jericho was closed. And there was no way of entering Jericho because it was closed. Do you understand? Now God had to come down and explain to Joshua, look, I don't want you to look at this with the present circumstance and situation. Because the present circumstance and situation will tell you that you cannot enter this city because the city, according to your normal eye, the city is closed. I want you to perceive correctly that I am going to open the city for you. Amen. When he wanted to put Abraham in order, he told him get out. Abraham walked out. He said, okay, look at the sky. He said, number the stars. He said, but there are too many. He said, okay, it's okay, leave the stars. He said, okay, can you number the sun of this? He said, no. He said, okay. Have you seen the star? Yeah, so you cannot number it. Yes. The sun? No, you cannot number it. Yes. That is the same way I will make your descendants. As me. There's no way you can make descendants without a descendant. Do you understand? You have to have a descendant so that you can bring forth descendants. Amen? So God was building the faith of Abraham by that. He said, look, what do you see? Can you count? Amen? In 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 17, the Bible says that when a man is in Christ, he's a new creation. All things are passed away. Say, behold, all things are become new. Even as believers, Jesus is asking us to see, perceive, recognize, and interpret that all things have become new. Otherwise, you still be the old man. Amen? So when perception is gotten wrong, you have wrong attitude, you have wrong behavior. All this, if it's done wrong, it goes to failure. If it's done correctly, it goes to success. Perception. What does God say? Let's take the case of Joshua. God is telling you, look, I have given into your hands Jericho. I have given into your hands Jericho. Joshua is looking at Jericho. First of all, the walls are very high. And then don't think that Jericho, the people had closed themselves, and there are those watchmen who are watching over there, they had their weapons. And God is telling you, I have given you this city. You are outside. The gate is closed. You are outside. And He's telling you, I have given you the city. That was a challenge. In the human mind, there was no way that was possible. There was no way there was a possibility of getting into Jericho. Just the same way there is no possibility according to your normal eyes to become successful or become prosperous, to be healed, to come out of your problem. With your physical eyes, there is no way. Human beings have tendency of perceiving, recognizing, and interpreting the most negative things in every situation. Amen? Satan poses a challenge to you and say, if you are the Son of God, why are you going to do this? Mimi niko peke yangu, that is not what you are perceiving from the situation. Mimi niko peke yangu, hata Mungu ni kama aliniwacha, akaingia next year akaniwacha niko kwa hii mwaka, mimi sasa niko peke yangu. I don't even know what you are perceiving wrongly. You are looking at the whole thing from the negative point of view. And that is why we end up in failure in varying areas of our lives. How do we perceive challenges that are posed to us by our circumstances? How do we see them? How do we interpret them? Amen? Take up a challenge. The challenge is posed to you. The first thing you say is, I know this is bad. I can see normally it is bad. Jericho is closed. But I know that through this challenge, God wants to give me testimony. So I will choose to focus on the testimony more than the challenge itself. Oh, you tell someone like that, Pastor, nililala njaa. Unaniambia niangalie ushuhuda. Hapo kwa njaa kuna ushuhuda gani? Mungu si ameniwacha. Kwa nini Mungu aliruhusu? Why me of all the people? Negative recognition, negative perception, negative attitude, negative behavior. Amen? Kanisa siku mbili. Once you have perceived negative, you stay here 2 days. Because you have perceived negatively, your attitude will be negative, your actions will be negative. Unataka useme mimi hii kanisa ni kama sio wangu. Wengine wanaomba wanapata mimi ndio sio wangu. You leave church, you go to another church. You go and perceive there negatively. You leave that one. You go to another one. You perceive negatively. You leave that one. You go to another one. You perceive negatively again. By the time you are finished, you will be back here. And now you come and sit and say, okay, now teach me properly. Perception. How do you look at things that happen to you? How do you look at things that people do to you? How do you look at things that challenges in life and temptations pose to you? As a believer, the Bible encourages us to take the positive out of every situation. That is why the Bible mentions that no temptation, 1 Corinthians 10:13 says, no temptation has overcome you, such as is not common to man. Every temptation we are going through now, someone has gone through it in the past and they have overcome it. What makes you a difference? Hello? Unalala njaa. Kuna watu wamelala njaa. And even before your grandfather was born, there were people that were going hungry and they overcame the temptation. What makes you think you don't have the grace to overcome? Kama ule overcome. Bible puts it very clearly. God is not a respecter of persons. Amen? Dear neighbor, listen to this. Dear neighbor, listen to this. That challenge that has come to you, it has met many people. And trust me, many that it has met, many have overcome it, many have walked over it. It is common to man. It says it is common to man. Common to man means huyu alipita akaovercome, huyu amepita akaovercome, huyu amepita akaovercome. Amen. The little investment that you have made goes away. And you wonder what happened. Ask Abraham, he will tell you. He was blessed, but there was a time there was famine in the land. And the people back out of the other. And he was still blessed of the Lord. God still knew him as his friend. Ask Isaac. Look at the drought and the famine that came. How did Isaac react to it? Isaac said, so now this is drought there. I'll show you how I will react. I know you are drought, you're only circumstance. So trying to pose a challenge to me so that I can perceive wrongly. I am not going to perceive wrongly. In fact, this is what I'm going to do. I am going to sow. See, sasa hivi ambacho tunajua wana focus anakwambia hakutakuwa mvua miezi 6. Hiyo unajua kutakuwa na mahindi, sio? Wewe siku hiyo unalima shamba unapanda mahindi. Alafu majamaa wako wanasema huyu mtu amegoroka. After 6 months uko kwa shamba unavuka. Au unakuja kwa sio unaambia hii si ya kuuza, hii ni ya watu wangu. Praise the Lord. How do you interpret your situations? Do you interpret them positively or negatively? I can tell you for free, 99.9% of people, every situation that comes to you, the first interpretation is negative. Amen. Someone will do something that is not appropriate. The first thing you take the negative out of it. Who will need is asking. You are going to take the negative. Don't sit back and say, okay, there are actors like this. What does it teach me, or how does it help me? Get positive out of every situation, out of every action that you see. When you start getting it positive from your perception, you will get it right. Let's move to attitude. Attitude is that evaluated and held belief or opinion of disapproval or approval of the perceived information. The belief you hold, the opinion you hold. If I come from him like this man, you perceive that this man is grumpy and it's angry. The opinion you will hold is, I don't think I want to deal with this guy, because dealing with this guy will bring me a problem. That opinion is what we call attitude. But you know, I have had this word being used and misused. And people say, attitude. Attitude cannot be on the outside. Attitude is inside. What you are seeing is action, behavior, which is as a result of the held opinion. When you meet someone begun from their action. The problem has begun from the belief and the opinion of approval or disapproval that they have of you or of your actions. Amen? Now, you need to understand one thing. This will determine how you behave, how you act. And this is the most dangerous area of the whole process. After you interpret, you have recognized that you have interpreted. You have the opinion. Amen. How many you have walked into church? I know several of you have walked into churches. You have walked once and you worship with them and they call you and they say, "Hi, I'm a visitor. I came to worship with you. God willing, I will be worshiping with you." But you go and you don't come back ever again. Have you not done that? Hello? I'm not saying that you are church member. I am not going to hold that opinion. I don't hold the opinion of people like that. But several times you have gone to places, you go and say, "I will worship with them." You follow their service and you say, "I will never set my..." That was a wasted Sunday. That is your opinion. According to how you have interpreted their service there. And you have held a belief that this place not good for me. If I want to go in this direction, then I should avoid this. That is what you call attitude. Amen. And that when you hear God says, God judges the intentions of the heart, He judges that. Because it is that opinion that will cause you to act. It is that belief that you hold on what you have perceived that will cause you to act either positively or negatively. That will cause you to move towards success or move towards failure. Amen? You are born and you are brought up. Ndugu yako anakuja akiwa number 1. Wewe kuna subject zilikuwa zinakuchanganya kidogo. Unakuja ukiwa namba 10, 11. Uko namba 11 out of 12. Unaona hapo karibu na hapo. Uko namba 11 out of 12 hapo. You know, umeangana uko namba 2. Hapo baba anakuambia, "Wewe unastahili kuangalia wewe ni focus mimi hata sijui kutoka." Then you take that information and you interpret it and say, "I was born a failure." Then, after you have interpreted that information, you hold it as your opinion of yourself and a belief about yourself. And then you move in that direction. Utaingia darasa, mwalimu atafundisha. You will not care. That is action. Now you are behaving. You are now portraying on the outside how you feel on that. If I walk down this road and ask everyone, what is the opinion you hold about your success, about your marriage, about your future, about your finances, about your destiny? What is the opinion? You will be surprised at the attitudes that are in people's hearts. You will be surprised at the opinions that people hold about themselves in their hearts. I do not need to do rocket science to understand that this man liked me or that this man hate me. I just look at your behavior and I already know in your heart. Why do you think Jesus took so much issues with the Pharisees? He knew the opinion and the belief that they hold in their heart is not right with God, but they stand outside there and they say, "We are called on the Lord, we are the Pharisees and the Sadducees and the scribes, and we are the ones that know the law, of Moses. So you people follow the law, you need the law. And Jesus is looking at them, and he's looking at the heart and says, your heart is already betrayed. Why are you telling people to follow something that is, even yourself you cannot follow? What are the beliefs that you hold? What are the feelings that you hold in your heart? What are the opinions that you hold in your heart about the faculties of your life, about yourself, your destiny? Mtu anakuulizana, unajionanga aje? When someone is asking you, unajionanga aje? It means he's asking, what is the attitude in your heart? What is the opinion of yourself that you hold? Do you hold the opinion that I am a success? I'm telling you the truth. You can stand here. I will even bring my father in the Lord, Jimmy Joshua, come stand here and say, confess that you are a success. You say, I am a success. But if the attitude in your heart is speaking failure, you will get out of there and walk into failure and fail ultimately. That is why when God wanted any man to be a success, he began with seed. Properly perceive correctly, perceive positively that I have already made him a success. Then you begin from there. Praise the Lord. What is behavior? Behavior is the outward action reflecting established attitude. It is the outward action that is reflecting the already established attitude. If I have a wrong opinion about you, either I will ignore you, or I will talk badly to you, or I will do just an action to, that is not good to you, isn't it? It's not that I have chosen to do that in a split second. I have already, even if it was in a split second, I have already perceived, I have interpreted, I have held a belief and an opinion about you. Now what you are seeing is an action, behavior. When people are moving towards failure, the problem is not settled. The problem is what they have seen and they have held as belief and opinions in their own hearts. Praise the Lord. Now, in Proverbs, I think 24, Proverbs 4, verse 23 to 27. The Bible tells us this. Guard your heart with all diligence, because out of it comes the issues of what? Issues of life. Amen? Guarding of your heart is not just something you say, okay, I will guard my heart. No, the other time we were talking about the mind, how the mind works. We get here to a position, to a place called the filtering, and the filtering gets memory. Paul speaks about the process of salvation. He says that if you confess with your mouth that Christ is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, then you will be saved. For with the heart, he begins. He says, for with the heart a man believes unto righteousness, and with confession, with the mouth, confession is made unto salvation. You have to first of all believe, then you confess. It's very simple. It's what the Bible says. Faith comes by hearing, and hearing the word of. What you hear, what you see, you perceive from that. Your five senses. That's why when I began, I said, perception is the recognition and interpretation of sensory information. Because the information you get will come through senses, isn't it? Sasa mtu akitembea hapa na kulime kofi, si utatumia the sense ya ku, you will perceive from that kwamba huyu jamaa ni maneno anatafuta. Amen. Once you have interpret your coffee, ile opinion itakupatia ni kwamba huyu jamaa ni adui. Next action itakuwa ni ngumi itarudi kwa. Alafu Yesu anakusimamisha anakuambia tanda yako chini. Sema ai baba. Si hata mimi wacha niwekelee moja na yeye pia nikitana yeye atana. Praise the Lord. This is a very simple process. But understand one thing, my people. If you perceive wrongly, you will have a wrong attitude and you will act wrongly. Amen? If you perceive correctly or positively, you will have a positive attitude and you will act positively. Let all begins here. What life presents to you, how do you take it? How do you interpret it? If you interpret that challenge that has been posed to you is there to destroy you, trust me, you will be destroyed. That is why when people who have been who've gone through trauma and abuse, they go to see psychiatrists. They do what we call positive thinking therapy. Yeah? You sit there in a room of 6 people and they want to tell you, you know, you're what? You know you are the best, you know you are this. They're trying to make you recognize and interpret that you are not as bogus as you think. You understand? Once you have interpreted that, it gets into your heart. Now, you'll have an opinion of yourself that says, actually I am not bogus, actually I am productive. Then now you can begin acting in that direction. The secret to success and to failure lies behind these 3 processes here. How do you look at things? Whatever comes to you, how do you look at it? Jesus was lying in a boat. Lying. Is it in the lower deck? And a storm. The boat is going like this. Boom, 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 boom. The man is fast asleep. I don't know if he was dreaming, but he was fast asleep. And they go and wake him up. Listen to the language of the apostle. Master, don't you care that we are going to perish? Don't you care? How are you supposed to care if you are sleeping? Hello? Someone is asking you if you do not care that you are going to perish. And you are sleeping. And they are asking you if you don't care. How are you going to care and yet you are sleeping? Look at Jesus. Jesus wakes up. In fact, the boat is still tossing up and down. And he said, for how long will I bear with it? You see where he's beginning from. He's not even beginning with the storm. He's beginning with addressing the way of this gentleman. For how long will I bear with you, O generation of living? He's not even concerned about the storm. He's concerned about the earth. Because he knows storm has an expiry time. But their faith, if they perceive these things wrongly, if the storm comes and, oh, don't you care that we are going to die? That is negative perception. That means they will have an opinion that when they see that, when you know the next thing is you're going to die. Amen. So he first of all confronts their perception. And after confronting their perception, he says, look, that was your own alternative. Alternative B is this. He said, be calm and see clouds. He said, look, there was two options to this storm. Option number one was you people would have just stood on the boat. Mungesimama tu kwa hiyo boat na mweke mkono vile nimeweka na mseme be calm and the storm would beat. But he chose the negative perception. Kasema hii kitu imetuua. Come on, how can you die with God on the boat? Hello? That is the same way we look at challenges today. A challenge kanakuja kuchapa namna hii. Unasema I am finished. That is of that challenge. I am. Then the opinion that you have, that is why unaangalia mtu. Someone had a solution right there before them. They had a solution right there before them. That's why when we pray for sick people, we ask them, okay, what is your problem, Mr. Man? Oh, I have had this problem, I have had this problem, and this thing has really bothered me for a very long time. I cannot eat, I cannot sleep, I cannot jump, I cannot talk, I cannot walk, I cannot do all those things. And I ask them, for how long has this problem been with you? For 6 years, sir. You began with wrong perception. Because if you had the right perception, you will not take 6 years in the same problem. The man at the pool of Bethesda had wrong perception of the whole sickness. That's why Jesus talks to him and says, sir, do you want to become whole? Instead of saying yes or no, he begins to explain to Jesus how he perceived his sickness and the opinion that he holds. Sir, I have been here 30 years. Where the water is stuck, no one is here to put me inside that. You've been asked a simple question. Do you want to get well? Simple question. Do you want to get well? Does that question require explanation? Even if we ask this Sunday school kids, listen, do you want to eat? Do you want to eat? It's simple. Question answer is yes or no. It says yes. That's close. It's a very simple thing. Do you want to get well? Oh, sir, nobody is here. When the water is start, apart from nobody being here, when the water is start, so now when I want to jump, and somebody else has already jumped. Of course, there are people who want to get well. What do you expect them to do? Sit there and wait for you and say, okay, the water has been started. It's the man who has been sleeping here 30 years, roll and fall in the water. I will jump before you. Hello? It's the same thing that happens in the church today. That's how you want to get blessed. Mimi kwa hii kanisa ninakujanga ninaomba, ni every Sunday ninakuanga hapa, ninaomba, watu wanakuja, wengine hata ni wageni, wengine hata wako kuanga hapa, wanakujanga tu wanabarikiwa, mimi wananiacha, sijui kama ni apostle aniombeangi ama ni Mungu ameniacha. Niambie kwa takwambia uko na ujinga. Simple. Uko na nini? Uko na ujinga. See, you've been asked simple question. Do you want to get blessed? Yes or no? Just close. But because the perception of the challenges has made you see. Apostle alisimama hapa akasema, right? 3 requests and you want God to do for you. I can tell you for free. If I say write 3 requests, one of the 3 requests, 99% of you, one of the 3 requests you write is finances. That is including me. Who doesn't want money? Who doesn't want money? You're right. I want my financial status to improve, isn't it? Okay. Next week, month comes. Apostle said we write 3. I wrote 3. Number 2 was finances. And thank God I have been blessed. You're sitting there and you're saying, this week, instead of getting finances, you will go. And this man is testifying. You say, okay, maybe next week. Next week, the Lord comes and they say, this man truly is a man of God. You remember 2 weeks ago, my third prayer request was finances, and the Lord has really blessed me. You're sitting there. The first one you say amen, this second one you're not saying amen. You're saying that week, somebody else comes from back there. They say, praise the Lord, brothers. What you hear in this church is from the Spirit of God. The apostle said, we write, my first request was finances. I have been blessed with finances. You start to say, so there are some people that apostle prays for. If your opinion is wrong, your opinion is what? Wrong. You perceive things wrongly. That is why. Amen. Start interpreting every situation, every challenge that is posed at you. Before you jump with the challenge, step back. That is what Jesus did. The Bible says that he fasted 40 days and 40 nights. So remember last time we were reading the same. He fasted 40 days and 40. And he says afterwards he was hungry. After? Now that is when Satan came and said, he looked at the opportunity of the stones and said, and he looked at hunger in this man and he said, Jesus, if you are the Son of God, change these things into bread. He was appealing to Jesus' man. Jesus stepped back and he said, I know. He said to himself, I know I'm a son of God. I don't need to prove that. I already know. So this man is, this devil is just appealing to my hunger. Jesus told him, I may be hungry, but I am not desperate. He said, man shall not live on bread alone, but on every word that proceeds from the mouth of God. He said, I am hungry, yes, I know, but I am not desperate. Look at challenges how we perceive correctly. When a challenge comes, the Bible says that blessed is he who endures temptation, because at the end he will receive the crown of what? Of glory. When temptations come at you, first of all, look at the crown. Don't look at the distraction. That is the problem we have. We are looking at distraction. The man has gone to 31st. Amen? Imefika 31st imefika saa moja usiku. Sasa the man is standing on one foot because it's almost jumping into the next one. And you have no idea where you are going to get rent. Na agent wa plot wenu ni wale majamaa ugonga na aibu. Ushaona ule mtu anakugongea na mlango na si eti anakugongea wewe mwenyewe anakuza nani? Walipa hapo. Basi anagonganga. Mama akisikia ile kama komeo hii. Si neno komeo. Akisikia umefungua kutoka ndani. Ashaanza kila mtu hapo nje. Watu wote walitoka hapo nje. Kama watu wanafua, watu wengine wamekaa hapo, wengine wanapikia hapo nje. Akisikia tu umefanya kabla ufungue mlango. Ashaanza shiriku ama kufuli. Mungkin udah nama aja nolakan mle. Bwana awabariki sana. Sasa unajua adimu wako ndio tabia. Mwezi umefika 31st, ujui rent inatoka wapi next month. Alafu kana kanyaga ele moja. Do you know why most of you do not pray on the Prosimova night? Do you know why you don't pray? Because of these worries. Where am I going to get rent for next month? Tarehe moja inakanyaga. Tarehe moja inakuja inapita peaceful, hakuna mtu anakuongelesha. Tarehe 2. Tarehe 3 tunakuwa na wale ma agents wanatumanga mtu wa kupitia. Unajua deadline ni tarehe 5, deadline ni tarehe 5, nani deadline ni tarehe 5? Deadline ni tarehe 5. Ama hiyo mwezi ndio akujaribu kukua notice kwa ukuta. Siku hiyo unakuja kwa gate kuna notice. Please note, the time for being there is 5th. Afterwards, all houses that have not been shall be locked. Tuko tarehe 3 ndio umekutana na hiyo notice, na pale umetoka umetafuta haujapata. Sasa because you perceive it negatively, unakuta kwa simu yako God with us Ministries. Bwana asifiwe apostle. Please, nazama na hiyo. Please, niweke kwa maombi. Kama maombi ya kwamba basi. Please, niweke kwa maombi. Kama maombi ya kwamba basi. Niko na ugumu. I am not discouraging you from asking for prayer. I am not discouraging you. I just want you to see the perception. You understand? You understand? Apostle was saying to me as the best teacher. No, send. If you have prayer, just send. And you see, what you are expressing, even in my SMS, you are expressing fear that the worst is going to happen. Amen? The worst never happens to anyone. And there is nothing. The Bible says that God will not allow you to be tempted beyond what you can endure. Hata ikifika wakati nyumba landlord ama agent anakuja anafunga nyumba, unakuja unapata na kivuli. Ujue Mungu anakuamini because anajua you are able to take it. You understand? And he trusts you knowing that he has already made a way for you to get out of that problem. That is how we need to look at it. Why? Because in every temptation, we concentrate on the closed door and we forget to look at the open door that God has made for you to escape. Bwana asifiwe. Unaangalia ama unaona majaribu yako and how do you perceive your temptations? How do you perceive your challenges? How do you perceive how people act against you? Watu wanaweza kuja wakudisrespect. Yule mtu ametoka huko pale ametoka. Israeli tu ya na mimi anakwambia. Hata unashindwa. Huyo hata anaokoka kweli. Anakwambia vitu mambo unashindwa. What is this person talking about? Then instead of perceiving this thing positive and say, Bible says, if a brother errs, those of you who are spiritual, correct them in love. Amen? Kwa hiyo tunasema hii mtu negative line yake atembee lane ya ndani, nitembee lane ya hii. Barabara hiyo tunaenda ni dual carriage. Wewe tembea lane ya ndani, mimi nitembea lane ya nje. Tukutanie paradiso. Amen. Learn to perceive every challenge that life, objects, environment, people project to you positively, because then you will save yourself. You see, this is where in our attitude, this is what will now produce our emotions, anger, bitterness, all these things. They are anchored in our attitude, which actually feeds on our thoughts. After you have interpreted, recognized and interpreted, what comes here? If it comes negative, you'll end up living in bitterness and anger. Amen? When people wrong you and people come and act foolishly around you, look at it from this point. Peter, the rock upon whom Christ has built his church, himself, one point he was used by the Spirit of God to know that Jesus is the Son of God, isn't it? Immediately after that, few moments later, he was used by Satan to try and stop the redemption plan. So Jesus spoke to Peter twice. He said, first, blessed art thou, Simon, Barjona, or Peter. For flesh and blood has not revealed this to you by the Spirit of my Father. Jesus was recognizing that Peter was under the influence of the Holy Spirit while he spoke and said, Jesus is the Son. When Jesus began telling them about the redemption plan, Peter comes again and says, waende wakuu Yerusalem, wakuchinje. He said, Master, far be it from you. And Jesus perceived and he knew, I am not dealing with now the Holy Ghost in Peter. I am dealing with Satan in Peter. And he said, get thee behind me, Satan. Amen. So people will come to you. Others are inspired by the Holy Ghost. Others are inspired by Satan. Satan also inspires people. And he can really inspire and anoint them properly for you. So when someone comes to you and they are inspired by the Holy Ghost, rebuke the devil behind them. Don't bother about the people. Someone comes to you with a very wrong feeling and very wrong anointing around them. And they are coming to you. And they want to pour all the attitude of their heart to you. You tell them, hey, I respect your opinion. I don't think that works. Amen? Don't be at the Pharisee and say, do you listen? You say, yeah, okay. I understand what you mean. Then when you go back home, you are feeling so bitter. How can this person talk to me? How can he say this thing? How can he even? Stop it. Be like Jesus. The be behind me said, if you understand someone is inspired by Satan to speak to you, don't even allow it to get through your ears. Have you ever looked at someone and absent look? Have you ever given someone an absent look? The absent look is the one that tells someone, are you finished? Someone is talking to you, but you're giving them a look, are you finished? You have not taken in anything. When they finish, they walk away. They think they have left their baggage with you, only to find out actually their baggage followed them. It sat on their back while they were going. Because it never entered you. Never ever give situations, people or objects, opportunity to get to your heart. That's what the Bible was very clear. Guard your heart diligently. You understand? If you allow your heart to be filled with pride, mtu ametoka alikuwa anafukuzwa na mapepo usiku, amekuja kanisani kama ni wewe amekasirikia, anamwambia Bwana asifiwe, umetosha salama. Hello. Mama, you are sitting there. You are seeing one of your daughter. That you know them very well. You prepare as a mother. You prepare a smile to encourage someone. And you wonder, really? Then the very same person next Sunday, I want to come. Say hi to 5 people. One there. Hey, mom. You've never understood. That one that they were showing wrong character, they were inspired by something else. Today, they are inspired by the Spirit of God. They are now themselves. Do you understand? Because human beings are free moral agents. God can enter use. Satan can enter use. Don't judge. But you remember when we were talking about judgment? You remember when we were discussing how to enjoy the blessings of God? We reached that subtopic was called judgment. I said, don't judge. Okay. Today I am in high spirits. Tomorrow I come with my own spirits. And I am just giving you looks like you are not supposed to come to church. I wonder, what is wrong? Don't take those things to heart. Those things that you're seeing from, don't take them to heart. Because when you take them to heart, there are things that will cause you offense, they will cause you pain, they will cause you anger, bitterness, and then now, once you also have that attitude, now you begin to act the other way. Unakuja kanisani, ile Sunday ilipita, apostle alikuwa anahubiri, akitaka kusema, Maika anakaa hapa, Biblia anakaa. Again, when the apostle wants to make point, he says, hallelujah. Then he goes again. Then he wants to make his point. Then he comes again. Hallelujah. This Sunday he is ignoring you. Then you say, this man is trying to say, I don't come to church. Then you take that attitude in you. Then you act by not coming to church. You have acted wrong and you have sinned. Amen.